All right, I'm gonna explain this in under a minute. I've made a cutout for a 2x6, so you need to wrap the door with a 2x6 all the way up. Then you're gonna take a 2x4 and set it right here, the thickness of that. That's where your doors will lean up against, and that's temporary until you get your track up. We have so many sections of door. This is actually 10 feet high. The two small one goes on top, and this one with the rubber obviously goes on bottom. Now you got a bunch of hinges, and it might sound or look kind of crazy, but we have ones, and there's a pile of ones. So everything in the middle is a one. So it goes ones, and then the very edges of the door, the right, the left, they start to move away from the center of the door. So basically what this does is it starts to lean the door with the track. So as the door comes up, it's already pulling away, right? You get up. These are threes. So there's ones, twos, and this one, particular one, I have two sets of threes and then a four. And so fours are super drastic. They're obviously holding that door away. So it's angled. It makes the track angled. So as the door starts to slide up, it's already pulling away from the trim strip. Here's the top structural. That just holds the track. That'll go on the very top. Here's your middle carrier. That keeps the tube straight. So there's a round dowel that goes straight across. And then these are for the ends. And then the rest of this stuff, you're just going to wind your cable up on here, and then these right here, here's the right side, and here's the left side, and then you put your cable through there, and that goes up through the dowel with these round pieces, and then you'll have a carrier that's going to hold that dowel straight. It's as simple as that. So when you screw all these on, you go 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, right? And then every hinge in the center is a one. That's pretty much it. So what we're going to do is we're going to put those two pieces of board on. Get out of the sun here. Put those two boards on, and I'm going to cut all these stack, and I'm going to actually stack these in about 45 minutes. So that door will be up. And then we just go straight into putting the hinges on. Where do the hinges go? Starts on the very bottom, left and right side. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. And that'll be the very top. And then all the hinges right in the middle. And where do you put the hinges? On these silver. See, it's as easy as that. And then all you're going to do is you're going to walk up to it. You're going to take these tracks, and you're just going to take the track, and you're going to go around the wheels. Because in each one of these, this little wheel goes there. It's like super easy, right? Basic stuff here, right? If you want to get fancy with the handles, which I don't, I'll throw those away. But the step downs are nice. So when the power's out, you put these on there and you can actually step on those. Other than that, there's a bunch of these. Oh, I'm sorry. These are not the step downs. Where are they? These are. Those are the step downs. And then these are going to be, these will go in, these are different links. So basically, as you see, they'll have a little number. Here's an 8, right? Here's a 6. Here's a 7. So we'll start on bottom, right? And this starts that angle process, right? You got 2 7s. Here's a 5, right? And so that starts that angle. So the lower number is going to go on bottom, which will be on that 2x6 that you're going to put here, which is on the edge of the door. That's why you need to set the door first. And then what that does is that starts that angle into the way, because those brackets get longer and longer. And that is it with the door. So we'll just take a, what is these, a 5. That's a 6. Here, we'll put a 5 next to an 8, see? So you can see that's going to hold that farther away from the door, right? So that just starts the angle. It's just subtle, but it works. And then that bar right there, that's just the center. That's where your draw is going to come from. And then once you get all that together, you'll put on your struts. These go across the doors. And that's for, high wind, and that's to support it. And here's your dowel So that's it. That's it. Let's set some doors. So first thing first, we need some 2x6 straight up, and then I'll wait to see the height of where the center is going to grab, and then I'll put my my top one up later.